My next guest only needed 59 seconds to get it done in his win over Eddie Wineland at UFC Austin on June 18th. It is Cody Stamann joining me here on the program. Cody, how are you, man?
I'm good, dude. Couldn't be better.
Could that fight have gone any better? Like I said, 59 seconds, you don't get paid by the hour.
Yeah, I really think I've been missing the boat. I think I just go after guys right away because, normally you have so many bumps and bruises in a fight that, I mean, even if it's a 15-minute fight that you win and you do really well, like you're still getting banged up. You know what I mean? You're still hurting pretty bad. Like I didn't have a scratch on me, like nothing.
Yeah.
My thumb kind of hurt from banging it off his head, but that was it. I mean, yeah, you get paid by the hour, so let's keep the ball rolling, keep knocking dudes out right away.
I know we had talked before the fight, and we mentioned that this was the last fight on your contract, and then also, I don't know if you saw, but I think you were the biggest betting favorite or one of the biggest on the card. So there's all this stuff going into the fight. Was there more pressure in this fight? It didn't look like it, but how are you feeling going in?
No, I mean, honest to God, I was ready to fight anyone at that point. I knew what I had to do. I knew that I was going out there and fighting for my job, fighting for my career, really, and I was just so laser focused that whole week, all day. I mean, the weight cut is normally just the most miserable thing in the world, and I just was stone cold through the whole thing. And then, leading into fight day, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever been like that confident. Well, it's been a really long time since I felt that confident going into the cage, just knowing that no matter what happened, I was gonna find a way to win. And it just happened to be the first exchange that I could get it done.
I know you always expect to win your fights, otherwise why sign the contract? And I know Wineland has also been finished in the first round before, but were you surprised how that fight played out, or was that where you were expecting first round finish?
No, I really did think that the first time I got a clean shot that he was going to go down. I really did. I mean, I was putting guys down in the gym pretty consistently. If not sitting them down, I was hurting them. And I just knew that his style just did not work well for the way I fight. I'm a really good counter fighter, and someone that comes in and out with their hands down like that, is somebody that I know I can take that guy's head off.
How much weight was lifted off your shoulders when the referee steps in for a variety of reasons? I mean, like we mentioned, the contract, getting your first finish in the UFC, like take me through that moment of when the referee steps in and you get the win.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough couple of years in my career, and it beats on you. It beats on you mentally. It's not even so much it's outside stuff too, but it's mentally in your head because I feel like I'm doing everything right. I feel like I'm doing everything that I need to do to be successful at this sport. And I can see it in the gym and I feel great. And then I go in and I have a crap performance and I'm like, dude, what happened? Everything, all the puzzle pieces were fitting together and I'm just not showing up on fight day. I'm just not there. And, so to go in there and to do what I know I'm capable of doing to anyone, that's a huge confidence boost. And I needed it. And now, going forward, I feel like I kind of found I found my swag. I found my mojo. When we used to talk, there was never, I never thought, I never in my mind imagined losing. I spend my money before it hits my bank account. I'm confident in what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm confident in my abilities to figure shit out in the cage because even I've been outgunned and outnumbered in a lot of fights leading up to the UFC and somehow I made it happen. So I just had to find that again. I just had to find that kind of that swag in the cage and just be very alert and focused and honed in on what I need to do.
You announced it in the cage after the fight, one of my favorite post-fight interviews, that you were going to go out and get drunk. How drunk did you get on Saturday night?
Surprisingly, I was pretty drunk before I ever left the venue. We went up to the VIP party, and I was getting pretty these Texas boys. They were handing me shots of Crown Royal, and I took 3 of them in a row. And they brought another one over, and I was leaning on the bar, and I went to reach for it, and I stumbled a little bit, and I was like, "No, you guys, I think I need to eat something," because I literally went from the fight, hammered a couple beers in the crowd, did interviews, and then took a shower and went straight upstairs, and then had a few drinks, and I was like, "Dude, I'm toasted. We're not even. It's 8 o'clock. I need to pull my shit together. This isn't good." But I ended up making it all night. I pulled an all nighter. I was ready to go.
I remember what those used to be like. I'm too old for those now. What about the I was gonna say, what about the feedback from the fans? I saw a bunch of fellow. I mean, you have a huge following in Michigan. I saw our mutual friend TJ Laramie also give you a shout out. What's been the feedback since the win?
Yeah, I mean, I think the people that really root for me were super happy, and then everyone that's on the fence, they shot me congratulations, regardless of how they really feel.
Right. Yeah.
It always feels good to get the love, but I don't really put too much weight into that because I've gotten the opposite of that as well. And
Yeah.
if you literally let that go to your head either way, it can bury you. And I'm at the point now where it's like there's a handful of people that I conversate with before and after a fight, and most of them are blood related to me. You know what I mean? Or they're inside my camp, and like those are the people that I do this for and that I want to make proud. And as long as they're cool, I'm cool.
Anyone that you're aware of won any big money on that fight? Because again, like I mentioned, there was your first finish, and I know Wineland has been finished, but I imagine like the first round prop or like knockout prop for you would have been pretty good odds.
Yeah, there was like one guy sent me a card. He won like 8 grand on
Nice.
on a first round KO TKO. So yeah, I think some people did do pretty well. But I've seen some crazy betting cards, like when I've been an underdog and won. Some guys like, oh, I made $32,000 in your fight. Thanks. I'm like,
Whoa.
dude, take me on vacation.
Yeah, exactly. It's steak dinner at the very least. That's nuts. And you also came away with a bonus and your win money. What are you going to be doing with the money? Because I know, obviously, I know you probably like investing and stuff. What are the plans with the 50K?
So I mean, I already spent that money. I spent that money before.
Okay.
I'm buying an Airbnb in Utah.
Oh, cool.
So that actually it's almost 50 grand. It's like $60,000 for closing. So that 100% of that bonus money is going to that. I mean, that's when you get extra money like that, you gotta be smart. I see all these guys, man, all these fighters, and I'm just like, dude, you're gonna be so broke when this is all over. Like, what are you gonna do?
Mhm.
And like, I'm gonna be one of those guys.
No, that's awesome. I imagine you'll use the place for yourself when you want to go up there, and then just the rest of the time you'll rent it as an Airbnb.
Yeah. I mean, that's the plan. It's just this. It's in Duck Creek, Utah. It's this beautiful, like scenic place. It's very country. It's very wild. The temperatures are a little lower. It kind of reminds me of Michigan, so it would be a nice like getaway, And it'll be something that I want to put something there to train too, because it's like 8,500 feet. So
Oh yeah,
it'd be good to like, maybe try to do like a training camp or something there. Like
cool.
drop around the property and like have mats or something. That'd be cool.
That's awesome, man. And that's awesome. You sort of envision, hey, I'm going to spend ahead of time, which is really cool. When would you like to get back in there? When would be like the ideal time to have your next fight?
Probably like September. I mean, I'd like a little bit of time to, be a normal human, but if the UFC calls me with something sexy soon, I wouldn't be opposed to getting back in the training camp. Like I said, I have no injuries. I haven't gotten too fat yet. It's only been 3 days, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, a lot can change.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any issue, fighting 4 times this year. I would actually welcome that because, I want to get the ball rolling. I want to get moving back up the mountain.
And correct me if I'm wrong. So I think when we talked last, you had 2 more fights left, the Wineland fight being the second last one, and then you're going to renegotiate, or is this it? You don't have a contract right now. What's the latest on that?
I'm signing a new contract with the UFC this week.
Oh, congrats. Oh, that's awesome. Love hearing that, man. Because that's what contract number, this has got to be contract number 3, right?
4.
Four. Oh, it has been. Okay. Because I remember being at your debut when you fought Terrion Ware. Remember that? It was about this time back in, what was it, 2017, 2016? I was trying to remember.
5 years, yeah.
Jeez, man. Time flies. Time flies.
And I just moved up so fast. I was like, I kind of moved too fast, and like, so I kept getting new contracts. I mean, it's a good thing. That's a good thing. But, if I was going to do it all over again, I think I would have got a couple more.
Well, you know what I think accelerated, and I think people forget this, when you beat Tom Duquesnoy. Remember, everyone was like, Duquesnoy is this, future star, and you halted that pretty quickly, and I think that accelerated things.
Yeah, I had no chance in that fight, if you ask anyone.
Right, I remember that, yeah.
Poor little bastard from Michigan's got to fight Tom Duquesnoy. I mean, they're really setting him up. Yeah, and then right afterwards in Caraway, Caraway was tough. He just beat he had just beat Eddie Wineland and Aljamain Sterling. So, and then I went and beat him, and I'd only been in the UFC for 6 months at that point. So
That's right.
move fast.
Who would you like next? Is there any opponents you're kind of looking at as far as the next opponent?
I really don't. I don't care. Anyone. It's like, do I want to go after a ranked guy right away again? Maybe, but also I have no issue fighting anyone on the roster, just because fights, I want to get a winning streak going, and I really want to, go to the top, and I feel like I'm peaking as an athlete, and I think that's happening now. I think that, my experience and my athletic ability are here right now, and as you get more experience, your athletic ability starts to drop, so there's this window where you got to find the right fights and have your streak, and I think right now is the time. So yeah, over the next couple of years, I'd like to, be top 5, but that could be 5 fights away. So, and let's make some money.
Got any plans coming up over the next little bit? With the time off, summer's right around the corner. And anything got planned?
I'm gonna go home for a few days. I'll leave Thursday, and I'm super excited about that. I'm only going home for like 4 days, but that's like the highlight of my summer right now. Just getting home and just seeing my family, and God knows I might do absolutely nothing. I might just sit around a campfire and just hang out and do chores for my parents. But that is like I'm so excited to do it. I can't even stand it.
Are you going to the Lights Out show on, I think that it's Friday or Saturday. I can't remember the date.
I might go to that. I talked to Matt. I like to support Matt. Matt was really good to me when I was there, so I might go to a show and help him promote the show. And it's the last show at that venue.
That's right. The Deltaplex, they're closing it down. I heard about that.
Yeah, they're closing it down. Amazon bought it, I guess, and they cashed it out. So that's like the only venue in Grand Rapids too. So it's like kind of like the dying of MMA in Grand Rapids, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I should go to that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Cody, thanks so much for doing this. I'll see you next week in Vegas. I know we're talking about that off air. If there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
No, I'm looking forward to whooping your ass in Mario Kart next week. And yeah, I'll be at International Fight Week, so hopefully I'll see some people there.